Welcome back, everybody. Playoff time for real this time. I'm going to be doing my playoff predictions and previews. So let's just get right into it. Heat and Hawks, first round series, 1 versus 8 matchup. I'm going to be honest here. As fun as the Hawks are and as good as Trae Young is, I don't see the Hawks beating the Heat at all. I think it could be there could be some close games, but the Heat are a better team overall. They are a better defense, and I think when it matters most, I think Trae Young can be stopped by their defense. They might have Bam Adebayo, the defensive player of the year. He might be defensive player of the year. So, I just think the Heat have more veterans, and I think they're built for the playoffs, and they're one of the best teams this year. So I just don't see an upset happening with the 1-8. I'm going to predict a 5-game series. I think the Heat are going to win in 5 games. I'll give the Hawks 1 game that they might win, but for my prediction, I'll just say Heat are going to win. Celtics and Nets, 2-7 matchup. Jesus Christ, this is going to be a crazy series. Honestly, this is a 7-game series for sure. Celtics obviously the best defensive team of the year so far. They just switch everything. They have Marcus Smart, a potential defensive player of the year. Jalen is good. Tatum is good. Derek White is good. They have Al Horford. They don't have Robert Williams since he got injured, and he was a big part of their defense. Their defense still is holding up. On the Nets side, they have Kyrie and KD, and it's really hard to bet against both of them. But I think the defense of the Celtics is going to be enough to slow down KD and Kyrie. I don't know. I think Marcus Smart on Kyrie is a good matchup for them. And I think if you are able to slow down KD and Kyrie just a little bit, you're going to have to make the role players on the Nets do more. And I don't know, Seth Curry is a bit injured right now. He hasn't played very well. Ben Simmons isn't playing, but he might be returning, which would definitely change the series up a lot. Andre Drummond, what are you going to expect from him? Bruce Brown as well. These guys are going to have to step up. KD is just a monster, man. He can score in every way possible on the court. So, I don't know. The Celtics have a good chance of slowing him down. If anything, they can't stop him, but they can slow him down a bit. And, these are both of these teams are pretty well coached. Ime Udoka on the Celtics is a bit better of a coach than Steve Nash. But I think, I just believe the Celtics defense is going to be the thing that wins them the series. There might be some times where they just exchange buckets a lot with Tatum and KD, Kyrie and Brown, But honestly, this is a 7-game series, man. This is very interesting to watch. I'm very excited to watch this. This is definitely a 7-game series for sure. I honestly don't even know who I'm gonna pick. I think I'm gonna go with Celtics in 7. Honestly, it's gonna be a tough series for both teams, but I think the Celtics are gonna edge this one out. Bucks Bulls. I don't have much to say about this one. Honestly, the Bulls are not very good against the good teams in the league. I think there's a stat where they're like 2-16 or 3-16 against like over 500. No, not over 500 team. They are like 3-16 over like the top 8 teams in the league. They just can't win against good teams, which is unfortunate because the Bulls had a really good season, but they don't have Lonzo Ball. He's not going to be playing. Zach LaVine has not been the same since the All-Star break. He has been a bit injured, so you're going to look at that. Vucevic, how much can Vucevic do against Giannis? Like, he's not a defender at all. So I just feel like that'll be a big issue for them. They have a little bit of perimeter defense with Alex Caruso and Ayo Dosunmu, but I don't know, man. I just don't think the Bulls stand much of a chance against the Bucks. The Bucks are a proven championship-worthy team. They won last year for a reason. Giannis is insane. I think Giannis is gonna go crazy in this series because they don't have anybody to defend him. Like they just don't have anybody. Drew Holiday can really put Zach LaVine or DeMar DeRozan in lockdown. I don't know, man. I just don't think the Bulls have much of a chance to even win one game, honestly. So I think this might be a sweep for the Bucks. Dear God, this is gonna be such a crazy series, bro. I'm 100% biased, but I can't even lie. This is gonna be a tough series. As a Raptors fan, I have a lot of questions. I hope Siakam's play continues to be what it is. He had some playoff woes in the past, but that was different. I hope he comes out strong and really proves himself to everybody. Pascal, nobody can defend. Nobody on the Sixers can defend Pascal. Like the best defense, the best defender that the 76ers have against Pascal is Embiid, honestly. And if you have if you have Embiid on Pascal, he can make the read and make the correct pass out to somebody else. And, you know, Pascal has improved as a playmaker a lot. So if Embiid is defending Pascal, he can make the pass out to somebody else and they can drive in and, make a layup or something. I hope Fred VanVleet, I hope that he's doing well because he had a knee injury that was lingering for the past couple weeks. I believe he's better now, but I just hope that he performs well. Gary Trent Jr.'s play has been iffy recently. I hope that he comes in and provides buckets and just makes his shots because he's a pivotal part of our team. Like when we need to get a bucket, he can create his own shot out of nothing. OG Anunoby, he was injured for a bit, and when he came back in the 1 or 2 games he played well. So I hope that he is fresh in the playoffs and he's ready to perform. Scotty Barnes, I think Scotty Barnes is really the X factor for the Raptors here. He's played great all season as just like do it all on the court and defending whoever he needs to defend and just providing like that rookie energy. Precious Achiuwa, I think Precious Achiuwa is going to be the main defender on Embiid. Obviously, once Embiid is in the post, we're going to be double, triple teaming him to get the ball out of his hands. But, I think one-on-one Precious Achiuwa can do a lot of damage against Embiid. He's been one of the best defenders against Embiid this season. So, if anybody can do it, I think he can. On the Sixers side of things, I think Embiid is going to perform. Obviously, he has to. He's an MVP candidate. I expect him to perform well against us, obviously, since we don't have a true center, a true big man. But I think if anyone's going to make it hard for Embiid, I think it's Nick Nurse. He's going to pull out some crazy defensive schemes and just some wild stuff. Harden is a big question. He has not played to the standards of what James Harden is for the past couple of weeks. He's had a lot of inefficient games. And I think if the Sixers want to win, he has to show up. He is their X factor. He has to show up and be more aggressive. He's been pretty passive. And, that's been leading to a lot of high assist games. But I think for them to stand a chance, Harden has to really show out and just score a lot. He needs to average at least 25 and like 10 assists as well, for them to have a chance against us because we got a lot of good defenders and a lot of long defenders on our team. And it's in the last game against the 76ers, the Raptors really gave Harden some struggle. He couldn't really drive as he used to. And I just think that he needs to show out for them to have a chance. As well as the 76ers role players, Tobias Harris, what is his fit on this team is not really known, to be honest. Like, I don't really know what his fit is. He's kind of a shot maker, shot creator, but he's not much of a catch and shoot guy. and the ball's not going to be in his hands as much as Embiid and Harden because he's a third option pretty much. And I would argue that Tyrese Maxey is really the third option. So he needs to make his shots in this series. Matisse Thybulle is not allowed to play in Toronto because he is not fully vaccinated, which is great for the Raptors because he is their best perimeter defender by far. So I think Fred and Gary Trent really have to show out in the 2 games that we have in Toronto, game 3 and 4. So I don't know, man. Call me biased, but I'm going to say Raptors in 7. I would say Raptors in 6, but I feel like that's a bit much. Still got to give Philadelphia their credit. I still got to give Joel Embiid his credit, obviously. As an MVP candidate, you can't rule them out just like that. But I think taking my bias out of it, I'll still pick the Raptors in 7. Suns Pelicans, 1-8 matchup. Honestly, I think the Suns might sweep the Pelicans. Pelicans are a fun team. Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum is a fun duo, but I don't know, man. The Suns are a special team. The only 60-win team of the season. Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, DeAndre Ayton. I don't know, man. They're such a solid, well-rounded team. I think they're really the championship favorites for me, so I can't see them losing the series at all. And I don't see them losing a game, to be honest, either. So I think Suns in 4. Grizzlies and Timberwolves. This is going to be a fun series as well. I think Ja Morant is going to be kind of unstoppable. The best that they can do against him is Patrick Beverley, and Patrick Beverley is a good defender, obviously, but I don't know, man. Ja Morant is different. I'm curious to see how Karl Anthony Towns plays since he played horrible in the play-in tournament. I just hope that he has a good series for his sake, but he's a very emotional player, and in the play-in game, like whenever his shots weren't going down, you could obviously see like how frustrated he was, and it was just, I don't know, it affected his game. And when he was off the court, Naz Reid gave them great minutes. Anthony Edwards showed out, and D'Angelo Russell played really well as well in the play-in game. So I think this will be a fun matchup. I think Anthony Edwards is also going to show out. He might have a game where he shoots horrible from 3, and then another game where he shoots like 8 threes. So this might be a closer series, but I think I'll still take Grizzlies, and I think I'll take Grizzlies in 5. They're a really good young team, but great defending team, and they just play a really all-around game. Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson, they just have a lot of things. So I'm gonna pick them in 5. Warriors and Nuggets. This will be a fun series, but honestly, I don't think it will be that close. I just think that if Steph Curry comes back and he's playing like Steph Curry is, and Clay is still playing, he's been playing great recently, and Draymond as their main defender, I don't know, man. I think the Warriors are a really good team as well. Not unstoppable, but I don't think the Nuggets have enough in them to beat them. Honestly, the Nuggets is just the Jokic show, and the Jokic show is fun, and he's amazing, and he's my MVP. But I just think that without Jamal Murray and without Michael Porter Jr., I don't think they can win in a 7-game series against the Warriors. As long as they're all healthy, I just don't think so. Jokic might put up great stats, a lot of triple doubles, I bet, but I just don't think that his supporting staff is enough to really get them past the Warriors, a healthy Warriors team. But I still think that Jokic can win them a game or 2. So I'm going to say Warriors in 6 because, you can't really sleep on Jokic like that. He can definitely win you a game, but Warriors in 6. Mavericks and Jazz. This will be an interesting series since Luka got hurt. He is not going to play the first game. He is questionable for playing the second game, which makes the series a whole lot more interesting because now the Jazz have a chance. Honestly, I think if Luka was there, the Jazz might not have a chance. Maybe I'm underrating the Jazz. I just don't like the Jazz, to be honest. I just don't think that their team is very predictable, And on defense, it's all the Rudy Gobert show. And Rudy Gobert is an amazing defender, but they don't have any other good defenders other than Royce O'Neal. But they don't have any other good defenders. And uh, if you can exploit Rudy Gobert, which he has been exploited in last year's playoffs and the one before that, they've shown to be a really easy defensive team to beat. And obviously, the Jazz live and die by the three. So if they have a couple games where they miss more shots than they make, like a lot more misses than they make, I don't know, man. The Mavericks would have a chance, but with this Luka injury, it's tough. I'll say this: if the Jazz don't beat the Mavericks in the games where Luka isn't playing, then that's really bad for them. That's really bad for them. They have to win every single game that Luka isn't playing, because it's just like it's not a free win, but it's like your best opportunity to get some wins. So I don't know, man. This is a tough series. If Luka comes back, say game 2 or even game 3, and they're down 2-0, I don't know. It'll be tough, but I really believe in Luka, man. He's an insane monster demon, man. So I don't know. I think I'll still pick Mavericks, but I think I'll pick Mavericks in 7, just because I think that this series will be going on for a while. I can't cut out Donovan Mitchell. He's obviously an amazing playoff performer, but I don't know, man. I think the Mavericks are a really good defensive team, and now since Luka has Jalen Brunson and Spencer Dinwiddie as secondary ball handlers, I don't know. I just think that the Mavericks are a better team, and if Luka is healthy and he's playing like he does, then I don't think the Jazz really stand that much of a chance. So I'm gonna say Mavericks in 7. Just for fun too, let's do the whole bracket. So Miami in 5, Toronto in 7. Oh no, Milwaukee in 4, Boston in 7, and then Phoenix in 4, I believe is what I said. Dallas in 7, Golden State in 6, and Memphis in. Did I say 6 or 5? I'm gonna say 5. I think I said 5. Miami, Toronto. I love Toronto, but I think Miami. That'll be a 7-game series too. That'll be the worst thing to watch ever. I'll lose years of my life watching that series. But I'll say Miami in 7. Boston, Milwaukee. I don't know, man. Boston is a good team, but I just think Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee in 7. I don't know. Milwaukee is just championship pedigree team. You can't beat that. I'm gonna say Phoenix in. I'm gonna say Phoenix in 6, and then I'm gonna go Golden State Warriors. I'm gonna say Golden State in 6 as well. Now Phoenix and Golden State. Honestly, man, I think Phoenix. They just have the defenders, and they have Christopher Emmanuel Paul. So I'm gonna give them in 7. And then for this one, I think I might say the Bucks. I think I might say I think I'll say the Heat. Let's say the Heat in 7. But Phoenix and Miami, I want Phoenix to win, to be honest. I would like to see Chris Paul win a ring. So I'm going to say Phoenix in 7, because a 7-game series would be more fun. No, I don't want to make an account. Stop talking to me. What is this?